Milana, you gotta stay here, dog.
I'll be back. For you, doggy sub-traders, how you doing? Where am I going right now? I am going for a sunset surf. Sunset is in about 35 minutes. And I just walked the dog down here at Makaha. And nobody was in the water, even though the waves are good. And I'm like, I lived here long enough to know what that means. Y'all know what it means? Any hazard, any guess? Surf's awesome, not a soul in the water. Tiger shark sighting. Just now, there's a tiger shark. So I'm gonna go to Pogai Bay. So I'm gonna drive down to the next one. It's about a 10 minute drive. So I'll just get in for sunset, try to catch a couple waves. I went surf this morning and it was really crowded. I didn't catch anything, which is rare. It never happens. So, but I wanted to talk with y'all about my trading strategy. So in some recent videos, I talked about how I need work on the long side. And I just took a beating. I managed to buy Bitcoin at long at the highest hour of October. I missed getting filled on a long at the lowest hour of October by just a few dollars, $70, which is unlucky, but I mean, I don't want one little thing to change and affect my month so much. So anyways, I have the data, looking at the data, I'm like, all right, I've taken 30 some shorts, I've won like 70% of them. I'm up like $10,000 on the short side, and then I'm down like $7,000 on the long side, so I'm only up like $3,000. Not really what I want to see. So I'm not going to talk too much about my short strategy, but it's really good strategy. The market's been good for it recently, and also I trade it well. I can't say I made any emotional mistakes. I could have, for some of them, like held it a little bit longer. Some of them were perfect, but generally pretty good. I mean, do I really need to improve upon that? The longs, though, losing record and a big loss. Part of the issue with longs is FOMO. With shorts, there's no issue of FOMO. Nobody's ever like messages me, yo, Doge is down to 12 cents, it's going to 7 cents, you have to get in, we're all getting rich, right? No one does that. So I feel no issue of chasing shorts lower. But for longs, when people are like, yo, Bitcoin's at 73,000, like it's going to all-time highs, the path is there to 100K, I'm like, well, I can rationalize buying here and chase higher. So I'm self-aware enough to know that I tend to chase the long side, and that's why I made a rule that I can only trade limit orders on the long side for Bitcoin. And what I found is that doesn't stop me from chasing, because I end up just chasing my limit order higher and higher, and then I end up getting stopped out when the market turns or a pullback. So I need more specific criteria for entering on the limit order. And also one thing that I discovered is there's a lot of variance if I only trade Bitcoin with limit orders. It may be the best one, but if it's going to miss my fill by $70, at least I could have got filled on BNB or Solana or something. So my plan is to have limit orders on Bitcoin, BNB, and Solana. Those three. Not ETH. ETH's... Man, I don't know what's wrong with ETH. We could talk about that. We did talk about that. Specifically, I'm going to set my longs in 4-hour fair value gaps below weekly lows, or below monthly lows. So price pumps, I can't just trail the price action. there needs to be something on the left side of the chart, some liquidity, some low for it to take, for it to pull back and be cheaper than. And what I've been doing is starting in those, but as price rises, just kind of like trail my limit orders. It needs to not just take a recent liquidity, it needs to take like last week's low. It doesn't happen all the time, right? And then the plan would be to hold for longer on these and trail my stop somewhat. So that's kind of the plan. I realized that like I'm chasing with limit orders, and also if I'm gonna chase with a market order, it should be immediately after my limit order didn't fill, not when things is like at a really high price. Now I'm also interested in using market orders to enter if funding goes negative on Bitcoin. That's a rare exception that I don't think it happened once in October, but if that happens, perhaps. And also, if Bitcoin happens to take a monthly low and reclaim it, then I can potentially market order there as well. Those things aren't really chasing or getting a starter position, but yeah, I realize I need stricter criteria for where to set my limits, and I like the idea of 4-hour gaps under old weekly and monthly lows. And yeah, you kind of using a trailing stop, targeting old monthly highs. What I've been doing hasn't been working. Yeah, just kind of chasing and yeah, it's possible to chase with limit orders is what I've realized. So yeah, I'm trying to eliminate chasing. So I'm gonna go back to my whiteboard at home and adjust that and track for that. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I get filled in some longs and the market rallies and I get more shorts, because as it is, I closed my shorts and there's no new short signals, and I have no problem waiting for them, but I hope they come sooner than later. Anyways, happy trading, y'all. That's where I'm at as far as strategy goes for the cryptos. I guess it would be interesting to maybe trade one. I'm also going to toy around with the idea of trading one index future, maybe. Because I would rather long the S&P 500 than BNB or Solana, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. We'll figure that out, but at least we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. All right, getting to the surf spot. We're gonna go check them out now. Happy trading, y'all.